Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Firefox 136 has arrived, which was made available a short while ago today on the 4th of March 2025. And this is now our latest version upgrade. Now, there's quite a bit going on with 136, and I would consider this to be a major update because there are one or two new features that have finally made their way to stable that have been in preview, undergoing quite intensive testing for quite some time. Now, to double check we have the update, as always, we head to our main menu, click on Help, click on About Firefox. Latest version and build is sitting on 136.0 after this update has been applied. Now, just quickly giving you an overview of the security fixes that have rolled out before we have a look at the new features. For 136, we get 15 security flaws that have been patched. So 15 security fixes have rolled out. And out of the 15 flaws that have been patched, we have 8 high impact that have been addressed. And high impact is rated just below critical. So this is quite an important update. So more than half of the fixes are high impact. So 15 security fixes rolling out with Firefox 136. And that's just a quick overview. So an important security update for this version upgrade. Now, focusing on the new features that have rolled out. And the first is you can now enable the updated Firefox sidebar. And how we do this is we just head over to our settings. And on the general page, if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see browser layout, show sidebar. This is off by default. And it says quickly access bookmarks, tabs from your phone, AI chatbots, and more without leaving your main view. And obviously, if you toggle that on, there's the updated sidebar. And you'll notice hard sidebar, that little icon now has been changed in the top right of your toolbar. So if you click on that, you can hide. You click on that, you can enable it again. And obviously, if you don't want the feature at all enabled in your browser, you can just toggle that off in settings. So what this means now is that you can quickly access your multiple tools without leaving your main view. And the sidebar tools include an AI chatbot of your choice. So as I've mentioned previously, Mozilla Firefox does not have a native AI chatbot, but I've enabled Gemini. And you've got your bookmarks, you've got your history, you've got tabs from other devices. You sync with your Mozilla account. So those are all available now in the actual sidebar. So I think this is a nice step in the right direction, and I think is going to make quite a lot of Mozilla users happy with this feature rollout. Now, while we are talking about the sidebar, it relates quite close to the actual sidebar. We also get new vertical tabs. So there's a vertical tabs layout now as well. So with vertical tabs, your open and pin tabs appear in the sidebar instead of along the top of the browser, as you may well know. So to turn this on, all you simply do is here in the tab strip at the top of the browser, you just right click and you'll see turn on vertical tabs. And there we go. So there's our vertical tabs. And something else just to take note of with your vertical tabs, if you have enabled the updated sidebar, which I have, you can also go to Customize Sidebar and check vertical tabs. So to show you how that's done, you click on Customize Sidebar because here are my sidebar components that have been added to the sidebar. So you can click on Customize Sidebar and you can toggle on or off vertical tabs, hard tabs and sidebar, Firefox tools. You can add an AI chatbot, tabs from other devices, history, bookmarks, and so on. So you get the general idea. So you can customize that sidebar in a vertical tabs layout, which I think is a nice move in the right direction. So quite a lot going on with the sidebar and the vertical tabs. And this has been quite a long time coming with the stable version of Mozilla Firefox. And then something else to take note of is that the clear browsing data and cookies dialog now allows clearing saved form info separately from browsing history. And this is one of those small yet significant changes that I'm quite happy to see. And it was something that annoyed me a little bit with the Firefox web browser. So if we just quickly head into our settings once again, privacy and security, and we click on clear data, you can see now save form info is separate from browsing and download history. So it's separate from your browsing history, which I think is a nice move in the right direction. And then another new improvement is that Smartblock Embeds now allows users to selectively unblock certain social media embeds that are blocked in the enhanced tracking protection, strict and private browsing modes according to Mozilla. So heading back to settings and we scroll up, here's the enhanced tracking protection. So you've got standard, strict, and private browsing modes. So that's where this is all taking place. Now, if you don't know what Smartblock Embeds are all about, a quick overview as to what that's all about is that it stands in for common tracking scripts, according to Mozilla, which are blocked by private browsing mode and strict tracking protection. By doing so, it lets pages load more fully with less breakage without you having to do anything, and while keeping those tracking scripts blocked. So I think that's a nice kind of privacy, almost security enhancement for the browser. And they carry on with this Smartblock Embeds. Mozilla says that currently support is limited to a few embed types, with more to be added in future updates. So that's a nice step forward. And then here's another little kind of security improvement that's almost taking place under the hood, which I'm happy to see. They say Firefox now upgrades page loads to HTTPS, which is more secure by default, and they say gracefully falls back to HTTP, which is less secure, if the secure connection fails. And they mention that this behavior is known as HTTPS first, and I'm happy to see that. And then there are two improvements for macOS. Just to mention these, on macOS, some background tabs will be moved to lower power cores, reducing energy usage. So that's a bit of a performance boost. And the second is hardware accelerated playback of HEVC video content is now supported on macOS. So basically what this means at the end of the day is that would be HEVC H.265 video on macOS. And I think that's going to make quite a few macOS users happy regarding that change. And then hardware video decoding is now enabled for AMD GPUs on Linux, which I think has been a long time coming. And then on Linux, Firefox is now available on ARM64, Arch64, with installation options via APT and tarballs, and flatpak support is coming soon, according to Mozilla. And yes, something I'm happy to see, because this is something I've posted on previously, and it's a weather forecast on the new tab page. And I have posted a video on this previously, which I'll leave linked down below and in the end screen. But if I just go to a previous video I posted on how to enable Firefox's new tab weather widget before it becomes available. Here you can see, just for reference, you can see here's the new tab page widget in the top left. And then if you click on that little three-dotted menu, you've got some options and so on. Now, I've since disabled the experimental flag used for this to enable the feature, but according to Microsoft, the weather forecast on the new tab page is expanding now to additional regions by default, including Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile as part of an ongoing regional rollout. Now, that's not available by default in my region, so I'm just using this video to give you reference. But if you are not in a region that's getting the new tab page weather widget, then go check that video out, how to enable it before it becomes available. It's helped quite a lot of users out, and that'll be linked down below and in the end screen. And then here's a nice little change. Address autofill is enabled for users in the United Kingdom, if you are in that region. Now, there is a fix that's listed as a fix where Mozilla says Firefox will now prefer the PNG format when copying images out of Firefox, allowing the preservation of transparency. And there are two changes I'm just going to mention. For new tab stories, the save to pocket action was moved from a button to the context menu along with other actions such as bookmarks. Now that's something I don't use, so I'm just mentioning that. And then the macOS DMG installer packages now use LZMA for compression, which Mozilla says reduces download size and installation time. So that's just a quick overview, guys, as to what's happening in our latest update for Mozilla Firefox 136, and I would say that the sidebar and the vertical tabs and one or two of those HTTPS improvements would be the key highlights, in my personal opinion, for version 136. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.